Florida, and more. Talk to you this Saturday at 9 a.m. right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Tune in Saturdays from 3 to 5 p.m. for Miss Sarah's Dynamic Gospel Power Show. That's 2 hours of great gospel music every Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m. All brought to you by the Ozona Pig Restaurant in Ozona. Yes, that's every Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m. It's Miss Sarah's Dynamic Gospel Power Show. Tune in on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hey, you new to the area or just want to know about the best hidden gems and upcoming events? Stay tuned. Be Local Buzz with Devin takes you to these places, introduces you to the best businesses, and tells you about upcoming buzz. Preset your radio to Tan Talk 1340 AM or 106.1 FM every Thursday from 4 to 5. That is the Be Local Buzz with Devin on Tan Talk 1340 AM and 106 FM every Thursday from 4 to 5. Looking forward to speaking with you.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
It's now time for Connecting Caregivers with author, speaker, caregiver advocate, and talk show host, Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for caregivers.
Caregivers around the world today. It's time to lift you up. It's time to celebrate. Good afternoon and welcome to Connecting Caregivers with me, Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregivers with love, laughter, and lessons learned on the show where you can find help and hope. And with us, we have Mr. Ed on the boards today. How you doing, Ed?
Greetings. Sorry that Lynn couldn't be here today because something's going to happen this weekend. I've been asking for 4 months now?
Yeah.
First cold front.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's high is 80 and Sunday is 78.
Whoa. I just want to open the window. I just want to open.
Can actually walk outside and not burst into flames.
Yeah, well, you know what happens? So I walk my dog and I'm like, pee quick, it's hot out here. It's hot out here.
You know what the worst thing is?
And then before you know it, I'm going to be going, it's freezing. It's freezing.
You get in your car in summertime, you can't even touch the steering wheel until the air gets time to cool it down for crying out loud.
Yeah, I happened to leave a lipstick in the car recently.
Uh-oh.
It looked like a bloodbath.
Did you pick it up with a straw?
It was nasty. If my husband was still alive, he would have shot me.
Oh, boy.
But anyway, so I'm fabulous. I'm happy to be here today. Unfortunately, Lynn's not here today, but she'll be here next week. We have my friend Michelle Lowack, who you all know, Michelle Lowack.
Yay!
And we're going to talk about her newest venture. Yeah. And we have my new friends, Dr. Hembree and Bret Freeman. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
So the first thing I want to do is give a shout out to our newest listeners. We have Balin in Clearwater, MJ in Largo, and Keith from Fort Lauderdale. And like I always say, there's plenty of room around the caregiving table for more listeners, whether you listen to us live on the radio, on Facebook, on YouTube, on my website, wherever they take us. We're just here to help you because we know the caregiving experience can be difficult. But I always say your caregiving experience can be the most horrific experience of your life or close to beautiful, depending on how you handle it. So we want to help you make it beautiful. And always remember, if you have any questions, if you're looking for a resource, you can go to my website, lindaburhans.com, or you can call me at 727-365-8383. And if I don't have the answer, I'll find somebody who does. I promise. So it's so fabulous having you guys here today. We met. This is the first time we've met in person.
It is.
Just a couple of months ago. And I'm excited. So tell me a little bit about the company first and how it started.
Okay. You want to start? Okay. Well, so we are with Nurse Next Door. We're the owners of Nurse Next Door, and I also run Nurse Next Door. Okay. I'm a little new at this.
Okay.
So Nurse Next Door is actually, it's been established in 2001. So it is a franchise company, and it's actually worldwide. We have locations, about 300 to 400 locations throughout the world and all over Canada, the United States, the UK, and Australia. Our location started in 2023.
Okay.
And
you're in St. Pete.
We are in St. Pete. We also cover all of Pinellas and Pasco County as well.
Okay.
You probably wonder why we're dressed in the pink. Nurse Next Door is a bit of a different home care company. We practice something called happier aging, and really the focus of it is, we will do all of the same things that another home care company will do, all of the tasks and the things to really help caregivers to be able to maintain their loved one's life at home. But we also do it with, a little bit more style, a little bit more happiness. Our caregivers take a specific interest in our clients. I mean, when we bring on a client, the first question that we ask, the very first question we ask is, tell me what you used to love doing that you can no longer do. Because we want to get our clients connected back to something that they love, that they're passionate about. And the caregivers, they also want to see the people that they're caring for.
So what's the first question you ask a caregiver when you interview them?
That's a good question.
Because you got to find a certain kind of caregiver.
I wish I
to have that attitude.
I wish I would have brought my guide, because what we evaluate caregivers on a number of dimensions. We try to provide a wow customer experience, and so we really try to evaluate a caregiver that will actually care for the client and not just be. And
not just a job.
They need to be paid, and we understand that. But they must actually care for the client and provide a wow customer experience. And they need to also understand that customer is not just the client, it's also the family. It's the extended people in the house.
Well, the best caregiver I think you get is the one that says, I took care of my grandma.
Exactly. Yeah.
I took care of my mom. I took care. And I find another place, I find a lot of fabulous caregivers are faith-based. Because I don't know how you do it without faith.
It's also true. I mean, one of the things that we identify during our process is kind of getting to know the caregivers is we really do find out their motivations. Like, why are you doing this? Why is it that you want to do this? And, we have a couple of dimensions. We look for a wow customer experience, finding a better way, because we want to make sure that they're able to, when there's a problem that arises, it's not just, okay, I'm done with this, it's difficult, but we want them to really get in and dig in, really try to find a solution for the client.
Well, and I think that's one of the most important things about working with a company like yours, because a lot of people say, oh, my friend from church can help me, or the girl down the block. Well, first of all, we'll get into all the liability with that. That's just one story.
Right.
But what happens if your friend down the block gets sick? Who's going to come help me then?
Well, I just had it's interesting you say that. I just had a conversation actually 2 days ago with someone that was interested, a niece that was interested in services for her aunt. The niece is out of state.
Right.
I got on the phone with the niece, and then we three-wayed in the aunt. The aunt is the 80-something-year-old lady that's needing assistance and probably isn't aware of how much assistance she actually needs.
Of course.
And the first thing she said is, oh, I'll just have somebody at the church do it. Oh, I'll just have somebody around here do it, because she lives in a building. I'll just have someone around here do it.
And there are probably people there that will help her.
Yeah, but that was the niece's biggest complaint is auntie, they're not consistent. They're not reliable. What happens? I'm sorry?
They're not trained.
Yeah, well, they're not trained as well. Yeah, absolutely. That's that's key. But, again, some of the things, it's just really having somebody there.
What happens if the neighbor comes over to help me and then helps me get up and she falls down and she gets hurt?
Absolutely. Yeah. There's all kinds of liability. I have an ESQ behind my name. So, the liability are the things that I think about. So I make sure every I's dotted and the T's crossed when it comes to that. So, all of those are issues. But we one of the things that we believe in more than anything is our clients' autonomy. It's one of our key principles. And so, when I had this conversation with the niece and the aunt, I said, listen, we're not going to close down her file. We're not going to discharge, we're not going to do that. If and probably when things change and she's a little bit more willing and a little more open to having some consistent help, just give us a call back.
Well, there's a whole. Go ahead.
I was going to jump in here. So,
go right ahead.
What I was thinking about also is that from a caregiver perspective, if it's family or friends, it's important that they can maintain the family and friend relationship.
Yeah.
And custodial care, hygiene, those sort of things are really personal.
I love Michelle, but I don't want to shower her.
I don't want to shower her, right?
Yeah.
And that's...
But she will. And she has.
Right. And I think that's key on both sides, because the client or,
it's a
the person
issue
that needs it often doesn't want their son doing that for them.
Definitely.
I have experience doing that for my mother.
Yeah.
And daddy.
And glad to do it. But if I would have been able to get some help,
Yeah.
she would have been more comfortable with it, as would I have been.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But people don't know about these resources.
Right.
They don't have any idea. And my biggest thing with caregivers is be prepared. So they can call you guys now and you can come out and meet with them. And maybe I don't need services right now, but I'm feeling like it's coming down the road here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then when it comes down the road, I go, Bret, I'm ready.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you bring up something else.
And I'm
though.
not working through frustration.
Right.
Yeah, the thing I was thinking about is respite care, right?
Yeah.
So like you can have caregivers that are in the home doing excellent stuff, but everybody needs a break.
Yeah.
Sometimes people have, we've done respite care for families where one person needs to go to a wedding.
Yeah.
And
they need to have surgery or something.
Right. And so one of the things that we do, and we're happy to do this, is we can bring on a client into our system, and then they can reach out to us for respite needs. And so that's a little different from some.
And
home
sometimes
care.
you don't know when that's going to come up.
You don't.
So
Right.
You don't.
I didn't find out what respite care was till I was in my bereavement group.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go to my cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
And I didn't go to my cousin's wedding.
Yeah. And I think the key for that is really preparation, right? So thinking there will be something that will come up that I may need to have
It's just
a break.
life. We're aging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so if you think about that in advance, and we've done the work to come out and understand the situation, problem solve, and understand what's needed, then when that comes up, then you
Well,
have
if I
a
have
resource.
a meeting with you right now, I'm calm.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
can really pay attention to what you're saying.
Yeah.
But if I'm in that
Frenetic,
craziness,
crazy.
I'm not even looking at you.
Yeah.
I'm not even hearing half of what you said.
Yeah.
I can remember one time an ambulance came to take my husband to the hospital, and they asked me, what is he allergic to? And I told them what my mother was allergic to. My God. And it wasn't until they would like put him in the ambulance and go, no.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
but again,
Yeah.
and in a crisis situation, obviously, that's kind of thing that happens. So it's obviously it's ideal to try to prepare for these things in advance if you can. And we are certainly on board for doing that. We prefer that.
Of course.
But at the same time, I want to make sure that I'm speaking to those people that you also have a resource if, the stuff hits the fan.
Yep.
When
When the stuff hits the fan and somebody's hospitalized, and because when someone's hospitalized, you don't know when they're going to be discharged. And we literally had a phone call just before we left, actually, where we had a phone call and we were going to start services, we were going to do the caring consults, spend the time. There was a medical issue. They're now hospitalized, and now they want to. We don't know if she's going to be out this weekend. We don't know if she's going to be out on Monday. So, we
what
also.
kind of insurance does she have? I'll tell you when she's going to be out.
Good thought.
That's also a really, really great point.
Another conversation.
Yeah, that's a totally different. That's a different show, right?
But I think also like you make a good point about emergencies and tragedy and that sort of thing. The other thing is I'm a physician, so I'm a hospital doctor. I've been practicing for over a decade, and the revolving door at the hospital.
Yeah,
so
we don't want that.
The falls and various things. So what we've found is that if you can stabilize someone in their home, you can prevent that. And I will tell you, this is the truth. Every time someone goes to the hospital and comes home, they never return back to their baseline. It's always a little bit lower and a little bit lower. And so if you can avoid that, from the get-go, I think people have much better outcomes overall.
Well, you know what? I want to age at home.
Yeah, we all do.
Not too many people don't want to.
Right.
So last year I had my bathroom done over. So it's the walk-in now, it's all flat. I got a marble bench. I'm tall. That's like my height, bidet, the whole deal. And I was taking a wall out, and I said to the guys, just got to make sure it's big enough to fit my walker in there. And they look at me, and I said, I'm not on a walker now, but there's a chance I will be one day. And if I do, it's going to be a big Cadillac walker. And I need room.
With the wheels.
Right.
And the lights.
And the lights.
Yeah. And he's like, you're very prepared. But yes, I am.
Yeah.
Because and that's what we need to be prepared about everything.
Yeah.
You make preparations to go on vacation. You make preparations when the baby's born. You make preparations for that. We're all aging. We need to make preparations.
And I could not agree with you more. And I actually look at it is here's what happens. If you're lucky, you get to age.
Yeah.
That's if you're lucky.
Right.
The unlucky ones don't get to grow old.
Right.
And so it's like if you're lucky, make sure that the kind of world you're setting up for yourself and for others is, it's a world where we can take care of our seniors, is that we can provide the resources that they need, because I'm going to need them too. You're going to need them.
Yep.
Everybody in this room, if we're lucky, are going to need them.
Well, it's funny. So my grandsons come to the house and they're friends. And I go, boys, take out your phones, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then watch some of those videos because you boys are going to be taking care of me one day.
Right.
Yeah. And they're like, oh. And then one day I meet Josh in the supermarket and he says, you know what, Grandma, I looked at your YouTube channel and I thought it was kind of different, but I showed it to my grandpa and it's helping him with my grandma.
Oh,
yeah.
That's great.
So that's what we need to talk about.
Yeah.
And,
my kids need to know what I like and what I want.
Well, yeah.
Like, I think also human nature, if you will, we tend to ignore things that are happening in our own life. So like, I'm a doctor, but I've ignored some certain things. We all do this. And I think also like that's where the family comes in that sees changes. Like maybe mom is not bathing as often as she should be. Maybe the refrigerator is empty. And so
she's not going to a church meeting.
And so withdraw from the community, less engagement. Those sort of things are things the family needs to look for because the individual may not even see it, you know?
Or if they do, they're going to hide it.
Yeah, or they hide it.
None of us wants to admit we need help.
Well,
right. You know what I tell my kids? If I ever get dementia, you're in big trouble. I know every trick in the book.
Yeah.
Because who wants to lose their independence?
Yeah, and people do compensate for that, right? And I think you hit on something there too. People fear if I let people know that I'm struggling and I need help because none of us ask for help. They're gonna take me from where I want to be.
And that's why our entire model is based on choice, autonomy, purpose, respect, and belonging. Everything that we do, every client that we have, every family, we let them know that, and even sometimes too, their chagrin because they may say, well, I need you to make them do this. We're not going to make them do anything.
No.
We are going to try to convince, we'll try to work with them, but this is about their belonging, their autonomy.
They'll probably listen to you better than their kid.
Sometimes.
They always do.
Because it's a whole different, and the daughter goes, I've been telling her that for 3 months.
Oh, it's happened a lot of times. But again, we make sure that we work not just with our client, but also with the family because listen, I've been there. I've been the child taking care of my mother. And when you are the person that cares about the person, the one that needs the help, you don't realize at the moment how much help you actually need because you're so in it. And, when somebody like us come on board, we don't just think about, yes, the client needs bathed, they need companionship, they need to be fed, they need all this, but what about the person that's normally doing this? What do they need?
Right. And you know what I like what you said in purpose.
Yeah.
So I think we all need purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think every one of your clients needs purpose because when we stop having purpose, we decline.
Absolutely.
So my mother, for instance, I was telling this at the support group this morning. She'd come over my house. Linda, is there anything I can do to help you? And I said, there's some laundry in the bed. I don't want to do that. Half an hour later, Linda, is there anything I can do to help you? There's a couple of dishes. And I said, I don't want to do that. But my mother was a legal secretary.
Yeah.
That was a big deal to her in the day.
Yeah.
Now my mother couldn't even read this point. And I don't even think I realized it because anywhere we would go, she would say, you're my assistant. And she would hand me whatever. And she wasn't reading her books anymore or anything. So what I did is I bought 500 envelopes and I printed out 500 phony letters and 500 phony labels. I was like, Mom, if you could just fold these and put them in the envelopes for P and put these labels on. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it would help me so much.
Yeah.
And it took her 5 nights watching Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy.
Yeah.
But when she gave it to me, she was so proud.
That's such a great idea.
That she did something to help me. That's $20 I ever
That's
spent.
a great idea.
You know what I think you're hitting on there is engagement.
Yep.
And so there's been some relatively recent studies looking at loneliness in the senior population. And they've actually found, and I'm not proposing that people should smoke, so don't get this the wrong way, but they've actually shown that loneliness is a bigger predictor of early mortality than smoking.
Yeah.
And so that's huge. And so, families love their loved ones, but they have their own lives to live. So right now we're in what's called the sandwich generation, right? The sandwich generation means that mom and dad, baby boomers, I'm close. I'm Gen X, but I'm close. But the baby boomers is 10,000 people every day aging into 65 or older. And so the baby boomers are aging, but the sandwich generation, the younger ones that are still, now 30s and 40s, right?
Between taking care of their parents and their own kids.
Their own kids, their own
and
job.
Maybe even grandkids.
Yeah.
And a lot of people end up taking care of their grandkids. So I think that under the best intentions, people want to be there to prevent loneliness and all those sort of things, but it's difficult. And so then the question is, well, how can I augment what's happening so that they don't get lonely and so that they are engaged? Cognitive decline with neglect, and I say neglect,
fast forwards,
it really accelerates. So these are all things that I think we didn't even consider for a long time that this really makes a difference.
Yeah. And I'm just so into the purpose thing now, and I think we can find a purpose. But right now, where can our listeners find you? Because it's time to hear from our wonderful partners. So where can our listeners find you?
Well, you can get us on www.nursenextdoor.com and just search for the location Pinellas, and you can find us. Our site comes directly up, and then our phone number, you can get us at 727-308-7077.
What's the last thing you want to say to my caregivers?
Wow. There's help out there. You do a very noble and amazing thing. We believe that caregiving can be a career, but just like in any career, you always need help, and there's resources out there.
Yeah. And now it's time to hear from my wonderful partners, because you know the deal. If you don't hear from them, you don't hear from me. So we'll be right back on Connecting Caregivers Radio.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Arden Courts is not just a place to live. It's a place to call home. Residential living combined with quality caregiving. This is the philosophy behind Arden Courts. Communities created exclusively for individuals with Alzheimer's disease and related dementia who would benefit from a safe and structured environment. For additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides, call 888-478-2410 to locate a community nearest you. Inquire about our educational seminars, resource library, or support groups, or simply feel free to ask questions you may have about Alzheimer's and related dementias. At Arden Courts, we know, we understand, and we can help because memory care is all we do. Remember, call 888-478-2410 for additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides.
Are you getting older, or are you taking care of somebody who is? Getting older creates new problems you probably never imagined. One of the big ones is, how do you pay for care? Care in your home, care in an assisted living facility, or care in a nursing home. Did you know that nursing home care in our community can cost up to $12,000 per month? For the last 33 years, our offices help families access benefits, including Medicaid, VA, and PACE, to help pay for the cost of long-term care. Regardless of what your assets are or what your income is, you can qualify for these benefits. Proper planning and guidance are absolutely necessary to avoid being wiped out. Let us help. If you are in care or heading in that direction, we can help solve that problem. Take action now to obtain benefits to pay for the cost of care. Here are the 4 things that you need to do. 1, get a new power of attorney. Your old one probably isn't good enough. Get a healthcare surrogate and a living will. 3, get an estate plan that will not disqualify you from benefits. And 4, get a plan to qualify for Medicaid, PACE, or VA benefits to pay for the long-term care costs. Call us today for a free consultation, 727-539-0181, or go to flmedicaid.com and download our free book on Medicaid and planning for long-term care. I'm Sean Scott. I'm here to help.
guaranteed to make you laugh through your tears. Linda Burhan's book, Good Night and God Bless, is filled with humor and heartfelt inspiration to aid anyone facing the challenge of caring for a loved one at the end of life. Her story offers hope for human strength and understanding of weaknesses during a difficult time. Life doesn't normally prepare us to become a loved one's caregiver. When it happens, it's usually sudden. A diagnosis of an illness, age-related frailty, dementia, and life suddenly is anything but normal. And because we don't even know what we don't know, where do we turn to for help or guidance? In Connecting Caregivers, Answers to the Questions You Didn't Know You Needed to Ask, Linda offers information, education, and inspiration from her own experience and from experts whose advice, practical tools, and personal stories will empower and guide you. Make sure to add these inspiring books to your collection today. Available on Amazon.com.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
And we're back. So we're back again with Bret because there's a little event we want to talk about. So can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. We sponsor a Thanksgiving party every year. This year it's going to be on November 25th. Event will start at 6 p.m. Space is limited. So we need an RSVP by November 21st to Pinellas at nursenextdoor.com. The event is sponsored by Epic Empath, Nurse Next Door, and Unity from Moffitt Cancer Center. If you're interested, please send us an RSVP by Friday, November 21st to Pinellas at nursenextdoor.com. And all are welcome, and we'd love to be able to see you if you're able.
Great. And I'll put all the information in the show. So if people didn't
Excellent.
have time to write it down,
Awesome.
they can just go to the show.
Wonderful.
So thank you, my friends. We'll see you again
Appreciate
soon.
it. Thank you so much.
It was great to meet you.
Have a delicious day.
Have a blessed day.
Okay.
And Michelle, we're back.
Oh my gosh.
But now you're in town visiting.
I am.
I mean, what the heck's going on? Let's talk about what you're doing.
So, what am I doing? I am living my best life.
It is wonderful to live your best life, isn't it?
Yeah. So, the opportunity to get to go back and work with the people who absolutely changed my life when I was first in senior living. That opportunity came up, and
but I do think it was kind of like time for a new chapter in your life.
Oh my gosh,
This is not just about business.
Absolutely not. No, we're in the thick of it though. Still don't have a car there. Still don't have a place to live, but I am really enjoying the Willows.
Well, and then you'll have choices, and you don't have to rush with it.
Kind of do.
So tell us more about the Willows. What is the Willows? Where are the Willows?
Okay, so the Willows at Raleigh is located in Raleigh, North Carolina.
The
which
foliage
you
must
just-
be gorgeous there right now.
So looking out my window is pretty special in the morning.
Yeah.
Amanda, who just received an honor of being Mentor of the Year for the organization, she left an egg chair. So I'm sitting out on that each night, and I've sent you some pictures, but it's a pretty special place to sit. And the change of seasons, very parallel with my life, I think.
Yeah. So how long has the Willows been open?
Going on 7 years, and
7
it is
years.
Raleigh's premier independent living community. So,
And this is a whole new chapter for you because you're in
It is.
independent
Oh my
living, not
gosh.
in memory care or
Yes.
assisted. So
yeah,
I see a
it's
bigger
different.
smile on your face
It is
because
different.
you
Yeah.
know, a lot of the work we do can be very weary
Mhm.
and can be very sad. We fall in love with people and we watch them fail and we watch what they go through and what their families go through. So to have the opportunity to work with independent living is like fabulous.
It is, and it's like Fabulous 2.0 because the continuum of care, which I did not realize in doing my interview, and I don't even know if I've shared this with you. Full circle moment. Get there, and we've got the continuum of care with our partners. So we can have our residents age in place if they don't want to pay their homeowner's insurance anymore, and they don't want to have to drive, and
Yep.
they
Mow the
want to have
lawn.
the best
Take the
entertainment.
garbage out.
Exactly. It is a stunning community. Like you walk in and it's stunning.
Like being on vacation.
It's the Love Boat.
Yeah.
It's the Love Boat of Raleigh without the seasickness. One of our partners, Assisting Hands.
Fabulous.
So I had V introduce me before I got out there, or after I got out there, and just got to meet the owner of Assisting Hands at the fundraiser for
Fabulous.
MS, which they do every single year.
So why should people go to independent living? I'm healthy. I don't really need help.
Well, and it's so funny. Your last Tuesday tip that we wrapped up with Mike, we did on independent living because people skip it. They just do. They wait.
Well,
something
everybody
happens
waits too
at
long
home.
for everything.
Right. There's no planning. When you do the numbers, and especially if you're in an area where you're in a home that you raised kids in, and you're spending all this money for electricity and to heat a whole home,
Taxes,
and the taxes, the homeowner's insurance, the food these days, the traffic, if your cognition is off even a little, your rates on your car, if you sit down and you do the numbers
work. I had lunch with a friend of mine who lives in independent living in Palm Harbor, actually. And when we were sitting having lunch, another couple came in and they said they had only been living there for 3 months. They said, but we're on vacation every day.
Every day.
Every day we're on vacation. There's so much less we have to worry about. Yeah. We get to meet a whole bunch of interesting people. Mm-hmm. They said, because we had friends, but it might have been hard for us to get together.
Right.
Or to see each other. They go, now we just come down to breakfast or whatever, and we can meet friends everywhere. And I think that's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. I think that getting to see, it's been interesting because I've only been there a few weeks, but even just in this short time span, and I, me, I go live on Facebook. So just interviewing some of the different residents that are there, talking about within a week, how their life has changed from being secluded at home.
Yep.
And, on our intake, talking about, like, what are your likes, your dislikes, to making sure that, our activities calendar, some of our events don't even start till 6:30 at night.
That's perfect because everybody has a different time schedule.
And that's the whole thing. But usually everything in senior living is like 10 to 3.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And then we're going to get you ready for dinner and then go to bed.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just I call it the Willows Wonderland because, Eric doesn't know it. Eric has been in the building and has done just about every position since before the building was built.
Interesting.
He's phenomenal. He's like the jack of all trades. He's been a race car driver and
home.
A marathon guy and, came from California and has been in this building. And he's incredible. Leela, his assistant, she is a powerhouse. But everybody on the team, Victor melted my heart.
Yeah, I think it's a big deal. So tell me some of the activities they do there.
Oh, some of the activities. So everything from, Angel would love it because we've got the cardio drumming. So
that's cool.
Very cool. But yeah, they do yoga and Tai Chi. As I said, on the 30th of October. So the first week I was there, on Saturday they did a car show, which of course, Chad and everybody would have loved, but they amped it. They had I'm trying to think what their award was, but it's called the Al Williams Band, and they're from Raleigh, an award-winning band. 2.5 hours, and I did video most of it on and off. Our
music to match the cars.
I danced the skin off my foot. My first Saturday, I was like, okay, I'll just go up and I didn't bring Band-Aids.
The music just gets to you.
It was so good. I said, Dana, we got to get them back. And she's like, do you have any idea who they are? I was like, they're amazing.
But I like them.
Yeah. And I said, look at the residents. They love this. So they're coming back the 30th of October to perform. Yeah, they're like in the Rock Hall of Fame, and they play Motown and 60s, and it's just,
So what's a daily schedule there like? Breakfast, lunch, explain to me.
It's so funny. Dana is in charge of all things activities right now, and she'll say, "A day with Dana." She and I are kind of similar. So I don't know if the Willows can handle two of us for too long. She's phenomenal. She's been in senior living for a long time.
So
and
she knows good
she did the
activities.
same thing I did. She came down to the building because she was up north further, fell in love with the residents and stayed.
Yeah.
Brian, who is also on the sales team with me, just changed careers because of the culture and this group of people that is so diverse, that is so kind and so receptive.
Well, and you've received a lot of training since you've been there, because we already said this isn't the only Willows.
So, well, we're the only, so we're under the Solera umbrella.
Solera.
In many, many states. Just got done with the innovation. Yeah. That was incredible. I was in DC. When I first started, I was in DC for
Because how
a
many
week.
places hire people and don't train them? A lot. So
if you
what
can't
kind of
say
training do
something
they
nice,
give
don't
you?
say something at all.
What kind of training do they give you?
It is the support that is it's just it. You
Well, it
can't
seems
even,
like you have really good teamwork there.
It's the culture. It's the culture. It's completely different. It's the reason that one of the people who, as you know, has had the biggest impact on me was Anna. And when I was no longer going to be answering to her, or she was no longer my upline, I was devastated. You were there for it. I mean, yeah. I was devastated. The thought of not working for the organization that actually, Adam Kaplan, he loves people and he wants to do the right thing.
This is definitely a people business.
The culture is so different. It's kindness. It is personalized to a T, like I've never experienced
we're
ever.
taking care of people.
Yeah.
Not paper.
But the difference is it's not just on a logo on a wall,
Right.
in the manual.
It's not just talk.
Exactly. It's not lip service. And so to get to go back to that and live my passion, with this continuum of, like I said, there's assisting hands is in there, and who knew, who knew? Obviously I believe in what they do. I repped them with Becky, I helped V.
How many residents do you have there?
So when we're full, it would be, because we have 2-bedroom, 2 baths, which is like what I'm in. Oh my gosh. Go online to the Willows at Raleigh. And when you look at it, you look like you're going into a 5-star
Explain
resort.
to people what are some of the options.
So 2-bedroom, 2 bath, with or without a balcony, or with or without a patio, a 1-bedroom, 1-bedroom. They've got full kitchens. It's got a nicer kitchen than I've ever had in my own home.
Do they have studios?
Studios.
Are they allowed to bring pets?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Pet friendly. This is their home. It's very.
Yeah, I'm not going to leave my home if I can't take Charlie.
Well, and when people walk through, it's been very interesting. We did Moments That Matter last weekend, and several of the people that walked through are like, I drove past here constantly. I saw this place being built like 4 years ago. I said, that's how fast time flies. It's been like 7.
Yeah.
And they're like, really? And I said, yeah. And then they're looking around, they look at the building and they said, it looks like it's brand new. Melissa and her team keep it like it's brand new every day.
Because believe me, I don't want to do no cleaning when I'm there.
Well, and you don't have to. That's the whole thing. So we have people that span from 49 years of age to 99.
Wow.
And it's pretty incredible that people who could choose to live anywhere else in Raleigh, they could go to an independent or to just a regular apartment.
Right.
They wouldn't have the entertainment.
No, they wouldn't have the socialization.
Our chef was in
who's
the
gonna
Marines,
cook for them? Yeah.
and it is spotless. The kid, you know me.
Yeah.
I own the #1 restaurant in Tampa, so food's pretty important to me. This is the first time that I can look in a kitchen of an assisted living since my first experience being in in assisted living or independent living, the kitchen is spotless. I will eat there and love it. It's
Makes
it's
a
different.
difference.
It's very
So
different.
do they have outdoor activities?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like
There's
what?
so the first week I was there, Senior Connect, which is very similar to BLS here in Pinellas County.
Okay.
They hosted Senior Connect and Southern hospitality.
Yeah, there's something about Southern
Oh
hospitality.
my gosh, people so kind, like coming up to me like, "What do you mean you just got here?" I said, I didn't even unpack my suitcase yet." And they're like, "Well, we'll get you in the car and we'll introduce you." I mean, just genuinely in the business for the right reasons.
But what do they do outdoors?
Anything they want to. There's a huge area of stand-up gardens. There's the walking
That's
club.
nice.
There's the swimming club. There's
So there's a pool there.
There is not. No, we didn't invest in something that only 4% of the people would want to do. So instead, they can hop in the Tesla and the driver can take them, I think it's like 1.5 miles down the road.
Yeah, no big deal.
So they can go between 1 and 5 times a week with the free transportation.
There you go.
And they do. So there is a swim club. But no, they were very strategic in how they built the building to make sure that
They're very accessible.
well, not only that, but let's put the money where it's going to have an impact, not where 4% of the people are going to want that are
Right.
going to only,
Right.
and
You
they're
have
not
to
going to be able
judge
to
it and
use
see.
it because in Raleigh, the pools aren't open. They're all closed now. So for 9 months out of the
Yeah.
year, yes,
Yeah.
you have that amenity, but you can't use it, but you're
Right.
paying for it because
Yeah.
you're still insuring it.
Oh yeah.
And it's taking up space. So
Yeah.
no, we don't have that. And, but our swimming club loves to go swimming and they do.
That's
They go to the
great.
casino. We had the casino night.
They go to a real casino?
Real casino. Yes. And win big money. Yeah. We had to, I mean, like one of them, my first or second week there, one of the couples that is just, oh my gosh, they're all,
adorable.
We've got some incredible veterans and just fierce people. They're just
Special.
it's the Willows Wonderland. I can't even explain it. But yeah, we have a couple that one of the wives loves to do a lot of activities and they do enjoy going to the casinos. And she came back and she says, "Well, we won 3 jackpots. So, I think I'll just go ahead and
Oh my
I was
goodness.
like, what? Yeah. I said, take me with. So they're going back. We have one of the gentlemen that I need to introduce you to. Actually, he is an author himself. And I said, I need you to connect with Linda and hopefully Josie will be coming to the community.
We'll see.
I did tell them, I stole your joke, Josie. I stole it about the John because every morning, even though we're independent living with a heart. And it's like 2.0. It is not just a stopping point. It can be
It's your
forever
life.
with support. We've got just so many great resources there. And I mean, one of our concierge drives over an hour a day past how many communities and has for over a year because of the culture, because of the people.
Yep.
Nobody is going to drive over
No.
an hour if they don't love who
Where
they're
they
working
are.
with.
Right.
And it's just, I know it sounds like a big infomercial. It's not. It's just different.
So, but they do have communities. Where else?
Oh gosh, so many different states. Las Vegas, Illinois,
Okay.
Massachusetts.
And how many do they have
DC.
about?
Yeah,
we'll have to look it up.
You know what? I'm so focused on the Willows.
Right.
I'm not positive. And it's not about being the biggest.
But they can go to a Solaris.com.
Yep, they could. If you need information, call me at 727.
There you go.
641-5483. Couple of things I'd love to tell you about. First off, the networking breakfast on Wednesday. So that is starting back up again. It will be our first one, 8:30 to 10.
Good.
Going to try to do it the same way that we did in Pinellas, but with a Southern flair. Chef is going to be making breakfast. And the Willows was known for many years when Michael was their marketing director, and had a great following and lots of fellowship. So I'm excited to get that started this Wednesday at 8:30. No need to RSVP. Just come and eat some food.
Come.
It's free,
Just come.
but it's priceless to be able to make connections with people of intention.
Yep. So once again, where can our listeners find you?
Michelle Lowack, Sales and Marketing Director at the Willows at Raleigh. And my phone number is 727-641-5483. Or you can send me an email, which I won't be checking till Monday because we're doing Celebration of Life tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you, Linda and Arlene. That email is MILOWACK at Solera, SOLERA, senior, SENIOR, living, LIVING.com.
All right. And I'll put all that information in the show. Right now, it's time to hear from
Thank
our
you for
wonderful
having
partners.
us.
So don't go away. We'll be right back.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Choosing the right chiropractor is an important choice to make. Located in Seminole, the Alexander Spine Center team is trained on the latest chiropractic treatments and technologies. At Alexander Spine Center, you'll find chiropractic and physical therapy care that is safe, effective, and a natural approach to pain and other health-related issues. Chiropractic unlocks your body's potential and natural healing process to ensure your life is a healthy life. We treat clients from the womb to the tomb. Call 727-397-3000 for a free consultation today, or visit our website at www.alexanderspinecenter.com.
They take good care of me twice a week, so check them out.
Arden Courts is not just a place to live. It's a place to call home. Residential living combined with quality caregiving. This is the philosophy behind Arden Courts. Communities created exclusively for individuals with Alzheimer's disease and related dementia who would benefit from a safe and structured environment. For additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides, call 888-478-2410 to locate a community nearest you. Inquire about our educational seminars, resource library, or support groups, or simply feel free to ask questions you may have about Alzheimer's and related dementias. At Arden Courts, we know, we understand, and we can help because memory care is all we do. Remember, call 888-478-2410 for additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides.
We believe the power of the human body and mind can do amazing things, and that tapping into that power, not just tricking it with a temporary disguise, is possible. Superpatch technology uses a special pattern and vibrotactile technology to help you go from feeling blah to hurrah. Now, once the Superpatch is in contact with your skin, it triggers a neutral response in the brainstem that helps you tackle your daily problems head on. Whether you're struggling with pain, balance, stress, or focus, we have a solution that might be right for you. With Superpatch's 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Hi, this is Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregivers. I started using the Liberty Patch over 3 years ago. I used to be a tripper, but since wearing a Liberty Patch, I haven't tripped once. The Liberty Patch is proven to reduce the risk of falling by up to 8 times. And as we all know, if you prevent the fall, you prevent the call. Don't wait until it's too late. Preventative solutions are the answer.
Superpatch does not claim to diagnose, treat, or cure illness. Superpatch is FDA registered. To receive 25% off your first order, go to sticktoit.info. That's sticktoit.info and learn more.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
And we're back. So we have some great events coming up. We have this week, we have my caregiver celebration at the Parkview Room in Seminole. We have about 55 in attendance, but we could fit a couple of more. So if you're interested, you can email me at lindaburhans@aol.com or call me at 727-365-8383. We'll have a wonderful panel of 6 experts. We'll have a delicious lunch, and I believe Josie Jones is going to show up. So hopefully,
Is she going to do autographs?
We'll get to see you then. We'll
Is
see.
she?
I don't know.
Maybe for a price.
Then we have Partnering with Dementia, Dr. Kate McCarty. a 360-degree view of dementia diagnosis. And it's at Thursday, October 23rd at 10 a.m. at Arden Courts of Seminole. And you can RSVP to 727-732-3771. Then we have Sage's Memory Lane, Plays with Purpose. They're going to be on the 18th at Ruth Eckerd Hall and on the 25th at the Pinellas Park Performing Arts Center. So you can RSVP or have questions at 727-202-2302, and it's all free. Field of Honor, you have like a day or two if you want to get a flag for your veteran. If you haven't done so yet, you can just go to KiwanisSeminoleBreakfast.com, or once again, you can call me. And last but not least, November 11th, 12th, and 13th, we will have the 10th Connecting Caregivers virtual conference.
Crazy.
Free to caregivers. I don't expect anyone to sit there for 3 whole days. That gets a little tough, but anyone who registers receives all the videos within 30 days. We have some great speakers. We have Teresa Wilbanks and Suzanne White, Dr. McCarty. We have Voices of Hope for Aphasia.
Thank goodness.
We have Cannabis and Seniors. We have Elder Law Attorney Sean Scott. We have Charlene Haley, The Positive Approach to Care. We have the importance of exercise throughout the Parkinson's journey with Liam Bowden, and a whole bunch of really great people. You can just go to the website, www.connectingcaregiversconference.com. There'll be a list of all the speakers. There'll be a list of all the topics, and it takes you like 2 minutes to register.
What was it again? That was really long.
www.connectingcaregiversconference.com. Thanks for being with me today. I look forward to seeing you next week. Remember, God loves you all the time, and have a delicious day.
Love you.